Does this sound like you? Your partner is terrible at communication. They are cagey, they're secretive, and it is impossible to know what they're really thinking or feeling inside. And whenever you need support or try to express how you feel to them, they pull away, they shut down, they withdraw, or even get super defensive and cold. And how do you respond? You respond by desperately trying to force them to listen to you and to care about your feelings. But this approach only pushes them even further away. It often feels like you are just talking to a wall, and the more defensive that they get, the more frustrated and aggressive you get. Anything to get a reaction out of them, right? Just to see something, just to see that they actually care. And around this toxic cycle goes. This is the classic anxious avoidant relationship. The anxious person is the reactor and the avoidant is the suppressor. Now, if you are on the more reactive and anxious side of things, then that means that you feel and you express your emotions more intensely and more readily, but you also struggle with the pain of not being heard, not being listened to, and not being prioritized in a relationship. Now, if this is you, you definitely want to watch this video. The harsh reality is that you are recreating your childhood in this relationship, and most likely your past relationships, and unfortunately also all your future relationships to come if you do not heal this underlying pattern. Many of my clients have had relationship after relationship after relationship with avoidance, replaying the same painful cycle of feeling unimportant to their partner or feeling unheard, unseen, invalidated, or dismissed. And so let me ask you a question. Can you recognize any traits of your parents in the partners that you end up with? When you don't get your emotional needs met as a child, it leaves a very deep wound that you then unconsciously try to heal through your adult relationships. This is what Freud calls compulsion repetition. This is why you are the most attracted to the very people that remind you of the parent that you craved love from but never got. Now, how that shows up in your adult relationships is when you have a need, your partner perceives that as a direct threat to their own subconscious wounds. What they see is control, being unreasonable, being too much, feeling unsafe. But the truth is that you are not any of these things. You are just scared and hurting inside. It is a cry for help. But here's the thing, the same thing goes for your avoidant partner. And when they appear uncaring, cold, cruel, it's really a turtle shell of a very scared little child inside. It is just a defense to protect them from their wounds. You both just learned different and oftentimes opposite ways of coping with that pain. Ultimately, what all relationship conflict comes down to is two hurt and very scared little children in adult bodies replaying their childhood wounding, replaying all of their old coping mechanisms that they learned to deal with that pain because they didn't know how to process it and deal with it healthily. Both anxious and avoidant are in a state of protecting the pain. They're both in a state of fight or flight. So this is all well and good, but what do you do about all of this? Yes, you can try to find someone who is more secure and healthy, to vet people, to look out for red flags and signs of avoidance. But here's the problem. A lot of my clients tell me, I'm just not attracted to the secure guy who's interested in me, the one who does things for me, and the one who's healthy. What is wrong with me? Why am I like that? Why am I attracted to people that are not good for me? Let me tell you why. You do not choose who you are attracted to. You are attracted to who you are attracted to, right? It is a biological, primal, and energetic thing. Attraction is something that you feel. It is not logical. It's not of the mind. You will always be attracted to the people that match you energetically so that you can heal your old wounds. And life will always give you these types of people until you do the real work and address the core root childhood pain that has been driving these behaviors. If you don't heal it at the root, you and your partner are going to repeat this vicious cycle of pushing and pulling, running and chasing for years. I have seen people stay in marriages like this for years until they eventually get divorced. Couples therapy does not typically help these types of situations because it is not primarily a relationship problem, it is a childhood wound problem. And gosh, people spend tens of thousands in couples therapy to still get divorced after. Because the issue is that you are both projecting your old childhood wounds onto each other, and this is not something that couples therapy can help you heal. This isn't about learning healthier communication skills or conflict resolution skills. And for those of you that have tried communicating with an avoidant, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know that they cannot hear you when they're triggered. And you can communicate in the nicest, calmest, most patient, most compassionate way to them, but it still doesn't help the dynamic. Because becoming secure is all about healing your childhood wounds and reprogramming the subconscious beliefs. You can learn all of the healthy communication skills in the world, but it will fly out the window the moment that your inner child gets triggered, and you will just end up in another fight. One of the biggest pieces of advice that I can offer you is to stop being afraid of this dynamic. Because being with somebody who mirrors your wounds is not a bad thing. It is actually a gift. It is an opportunity and a chance for you to grow and heal emotionally. Your partner is not the enemy. They're not the one to get angry at. They are just a mirror reflecting back everything within you that needs healing. So if you have recently broken up with an avoidant, this is a very important time for you. It is an opportunity for you to heal this pattern before you begin dating somebody else. Because if you don't heal this, if you avoid the inner work and you don't integrate what that relationship was supposed to teach you, you will stay stuck in this vicious cycle, repeating the same painful dynamics in every single relationship. I've seen this over and over again. This is what I help my clients break out of. So if you are really serious about becoming secure and you're ready to go on this journey to heal your childhood wounds and trauma, I offer a 6-month coaching program where I work with you one-on-one to get you to where you need to go. This is a very deep and transformational program, and during the 6 months, we'll cover the following topics. Stage 1 is foundations of healing, creating safety in the body and the nervous system. Stage 2 is understanding and mapping out your childhood wounds. Stage 3 is reprogramming your subconscious mind. Stage 4 is inner child healing and reparenting that inner child. Stage 5 is shadow work and embracing what you have disowned. This is going to help with your shame wounds. Stage 6 is facing fear and radical acceptance. Stage 7 is moving beyond the ego and the self. This is self-inquiry work. Stage 8 is meeting your own needs and building inner boundaries. And stage 9 is the final stage of identity and embodying that new identity. And here are some testimonials that I've had from the clients that I've worked with. The Reloved program is backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Meaning, if you are not for any reason happy with your results at the end of the 6 months of working together, I will continue working with you for free until you are. I don't know anyone else working in this field who would offer such a guarantee, especially on a one-on-one program, but I do because I know that this method changes lives. It is application only. I only work with 5 clients at a time to ensure that I can get them amazing results. So if you are serious and ready to invest and ready to break out of these painful cycles, the link to apply to work with me is down below. I've also recently launched a school community for those of you that want to be friends and connect with me on a more personal level. You can chat with me, ask me questions, get advice from me in a more casual setting. So the link to join my inner circle is down below as well. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.